it is relatively difficult to take one specific country or region out, because we indeed see a relatively homogeneous picture around the world. So if we zoom a little bit into our organic sales growth, for example, over the last quarters and also in Q3, we see double-digit growth across all regions, be it Europe, North America, Asia Pacific. It's a quite homogeneous picture. When we look on products, I would zoom into, or I would stress that single-use products are on top of the list, filtration products, and obviously also the lipids that we are providing, for example, for all of the mRNA manufacturers. So these three products, I would say, are really hot at the moment, and there's a huge demand behind it. And in terms of regions, it's basically across the board, all over the world, where the demand is surging.
Marcus, all along during the pandemic, one of the big themes has been how COVID and the treatments required here just overshadowing other treatments for health issues. And in your numbers today, I know that there's a strong march higher in, for instance, the oncology franchise, also around multiple sclerosis. Are you seeing some improvement here, almost a normality return to the treatment of other healthcare services?
Let's say we see a correlation between so-called patient mobility on the one hand, and, if you want, quote unquote, normal healthcare markets and conditions. We have seen I would say, a recovery in that respect at the end of the second quarter, when the markets returned a little bit back to normality. For example, in the MS franchise, we saw a quite visible recovery in the so-called dynamic high efficacy market. But unfortunately, very recently now, with the emergence, of new COVID infections in many parts of the world, this is unfortunately swinging back again a little bit. But let me also stress that our healthcare business, at least so far, is not negatively affected from that. So no comparison to the second quarter of 2020, where we really felt the pain of the COVID-19 pandemic. We see no major delays, for example, in patient recruitments in our running studies. And as I said, I mean, the MS market is still a little bit depressed, but nothing that would really concern us at the moment.